Hey guys, it's Babypowder and it's Sunday, which means, hey, it's time for another one of our mailbox cleanouts for our 200 run series. And this one's going to be on week 44. So week 43, we had just added Saltstone, the Saltstone Cave Farm, the loot from there to our sales, and ended up making 212,000 last week, bringing us up to a total of 13 million for 43 weeks. So this week we added our old Scarlet Monastery loot to our sales. So we'll be looking to see if we sold any of those items, like the Scarlet pieces. What else did we get out of there? We got some other stuff like the Cobalt Crusher, Blood Spiller, things like that. I think I even still had some Blood Spillers left over from when we originally ran it. So if we sold one, it could be from that. But yeah, still we got some nice stuff to add. Really looking for those Scarlet pieces, like the Scarlet chest piece or even the Scarlet gloves or wrist, and see if we sold any of those. But before we get into the review, guys, just like to mention, if you guys are enjoying these cleanouts in this 200 run series, make sure you smash the big thumbs up. Lets me know that you like it. Also, do not forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss the loot videos and the next clean out. And we will have the next loot video tomorrow, which will be on the Alcatraz. So that is our last one for Outland. Actually, if you look at the sheet, it's still showing, it's actually showing the underbog at the bottom. But after stream last night, we actually came to the conclusion that it's probably going to be better to go ahead and do one more raft farm before we end the series. So probably going to change that one over to Lightning Halls. If you guys think there's some other raft farm we should do, then you can suggest it, but I'm kind of set on Lightning Halls. And actually, one of my viewers mentioned that they thought it might be a good idea to try doing it on heroic and just see it, how the outcome is. Of course, that means we have to skip like one room full of a bunch of elementals, which means a lot of missed materials. But then again, we're not really after materials here anyway. We are more focused on transmog. So I thought it was a pretty, fun idea. So probably we'll try that. But anyway, we're working on Skullamass right now. We have completed Alcatraz. That video will be out tomorrow. So if you're interested in seeing what we got and how well that dungeon did, make sure you check it out tomorrow. But anyway, back to the review. Again, we made 212,000 last week. We have now made 13 million. Our goal was only 10 million, but I wanted to finish out the list. We are doing this between two different realms. That is Proudmoore and Thrall, with Proudmoore making us the most gold so far at 6.6 million, and Thrall about 200,000 below them at 6.4. We have made majority of our gold with transmog, but again, just like I said, transmog is our main focus here. So we've made 12 million, 19,000 of that in just transmog alone, and 986,000 in materials. We actually had 0 gold from materials last week, but we should have some this week, as we did have some chests actually in the old Scarlet Monastery, giving us some random materials. May not be much, but we should have some. But anyway, guys, the main goal is for us to aim for over 200,000, but also possibly to beat last week. So let's go ahead and jump to our first bank alt, see if we did it, which is going to be our low value transmog bank alt for Proudmoore. Then we'll do the high value transmog bank tune, then the materials, and then we'll do the same thing with Thrall. All right, so here we go. First bank alt here, it's our low value bank alt for Proudmoore, and let's take a look. We've got some sales, 22 sales, 6,872 gold. Wow. With 22 sales, I mean, it is low value, so we expect it to be low, but that is really low for 22 sales. I mean, you like to see at least 20 some thousand with 22 sales. And our low value transmog sales have been up there most times, with being but last week both of our low value sales were up at like 60,000, and now 6,872. Hopefully Thrall's doing a lot better, or hopefully our high value bank tunes are doing a lot better. Let's go ahead and see if we have any standouts here. See one at over 1,000, the Satyr's Rod, and that's the only one. And these kind of really hurt us. These two, they're like even under 100 gold. Lambent Scale Girdle and Dominable Boots. Not sure where we got this from. I do see some of these male combat pieces that actually came from where we did Old Scarlet Monastery. Actually, these items may have came from there too, and they may have been like right at the 5,000 mark. So maybe that's why they're so low. Getting male combat boots, so that male combat stuff just really low. Again, it is only valued right at the threshold at 5,000. Some of these items I think were even a little below that, but they had a high sell rate, so I kept them. So it doesn't surprise me too much that they're not selling for too much. Actually, we do have a Scarlet piece. I just saw it. Where was it? Scarlet Gauntlets right here, 285. But once again, they were right at 5,000. So, and we've got a whole bunch of them. We still 5,159. Still got some of those left over. So, yep, not gonna be too upset about that. But would like to see more than 6,000 gold. Starting off kind of low here, Proudmoore. Not really showing us how you're beating Thrall right now. But anyway, let's go ahead and clean that out and head over to the next bait tune, which is going to be our high value bait tune for Proudmoore. All right, guys, so back over on Proudmoore once again, but this time with our high value bait tune where we're expecting to hopefully see some high value sales and to get excited here. So let's see what we got. We've got 4 sales, only 16,159 gold. Man. Now, we will probably have some gold from materials, but that's still a big stretch for Thrall to pull off. And, you know, we've seen that Proudmoore's been beating them so far, so hopefully they can make us a little something here. Thrall does usually come out with the the better value with low value stuff, but not necessarily high value. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look, see what we have here. 4 sales. We've got recipe for Thistle Tea, sold for 1,400, and I don't even think I got this on my Alliance tune. I think I just traded one over, almost certain, because we got 3 of them from the lock boxes from our Horde Druid, and so I traded one over. I'm almost certain. And then Grunt's chest piece here for 9,300. Forgotten Peacekeeper breastplate, another piece from Isle of Thunder, 3,400. And then Saltstone Sabaton, so sold a piece from the Saltstone Cave Farm. Granted, it's only about 2,000 gold, but we still sold them. So yeah, 16,159. Not too excited here, Proudmoore. Oh man, we want to see those big sales. All right, that gets us at 23,000. Man, we got like 180,000 left to get to our goal here. All right, we'll clean that out and check materials. All right, guys, so our last big tune for Proudmoore before we switch to Thrall. Let's take a look. 19 cells, 1,306 gold. So again, yeah, not much, but better than the 0 we had last week. And again, it's just random things that we were selling from out of those chests that we were opening in Old Scarlet Monastery. So we got the old gems here, some old herbs and things like that. Nothing too big, nothing really adding up to too much here. Again, they are pretty small stacks. We did actually sell 1 pet, our very last pet we had left over from the islands. So 211 gold for the Giggling Flame. That was the last one we had. We still have some on our Horde bank tune, which again, I mentioned I may trade some over just so we can try to see if we can get some of those sold quicker. I still have not done that yet, but anyway, 1306, let's add that in, and that's going to leave a whole lot of room for Thrall to get us to our goal. Man, hopefully if we can't beat last week, I hope we can at least get to 200,000. But anyway, let's switch over to Thrall now. All right, guys, so over here now on Thrall, hoping it's a lot different than Proudmoore because we're only at like 24,000. And man, this is kind of looking like it might be one of our lowest cleanouts yet. I'm hoping that's not the case. We have had one at like 61,000, another one at 88,000. That's only ever happened to us twice though. And there was a bunch of events going on with either one of those. Like the 88,000 was when we had Plunder Storm going on. And then the Isle of Thunder, where we had it at 61,000, that was when you had Kata, you had the Panda stuff going on, and you had the new Diablo patch come out. So there was a lot of stuff going on at one time to keep people from, you know, being on WoW. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look. Low value transmog, we got some sales, 31 sales, 22,955 gold. So you know, not helping us out too much here, but definitely a lot better than the almost 7,000 that Proudmoore had. Still not an average of 1,000 gold per cell, which is what we like to see, but still a lot better. Let's go ahead and see if we have any standouts here. Again, we sold the Scarlet Gauntlet, still really low, 238 gold. But again, like I always mention, you know, you can't expect to get the value out of these items. And seeing this only valued right at the 5,000 mark, again, would like to have seen like 2,500, but with how many we're getting, kind of makes sense that they're really low, because it means anybody else probably getting a whole bunch too. So it's just driving the price down. Also seeing that we're selling the Scarlet Wrist Guards here, got 2 sales on those. So get some of those out of the way here at 238 as well. And those were actually under the 5,000 mark. Well, now they're above it, but they were under it. But anyway, we've got some Mel Combat Leggings. Again, came from when we were doing old Scarlet Monastery, almost 2,000 gold over here for those. We also sold Saltstone Helm, so from the Saltstone Farm, 1,300. Heroic Skull Cap, not sure where that one came from, 1,900. Sage's Cloth, I believe that was from our old Scarlet Monastery stuff as well, 1,500. So a lot of this low value stuff, although it's selling really low, it looks like a lot of it's coming from when we were doing, you know, the last farm. So pretty nice to see some of that going out there. We sold 2 of these Birdo staffs from when we did Black Rock Caverns. This time though, they're only selling for 96 gold each, but we have so many of them, so it's whatever. We filled up like a whole half a tab from in the guild bank with these things. So anyway, then we have one more, the Incise Sword here. So again, still selling stuff from Iron Docks right here at 4,400. Not bad. But anyway, guys, better, but still not getting us too close to our goal here. We're really gonna need the high value transmog to have some nice sales on Thrall this week. But with how low everything's going, it's not looking too promising here. Anyway, we'll clean this out. We'll head over to the high value bank tune and see if they can save us. All right, guys, so now over here on Thrall with our high value bank tune for Thrall, hoping for a miracle here so we can hit our goal. If not, this might be our new lowest week here. But let's go ahead and take a look. And we have 5 sales, 292,148 gold. So that's more like they definitely are saving us here. So yeah, that's what we like to have seen on both of our high value bank tunes. And we would like to see a little bit more from our low value bank tunes, but this is going to definitely make up for it. That's already hitting our goal, over hitting our goal here, and actually already beating last week. So let's see, we sold the Saltstone Gauntlet. So again, Saltstone Cave, 19,000 gold. Stone Knoll Hammer, 13,000 gold. I think we actually just sold one of those last week. And that actually came from doing the Southern Eastern Kingdom zones. So really nice there. Pattern for the Star Belt. Okay, so Star Belt pattern sold. Only 71,000, but still, as long as how long those things take to sell sometimes, I will definitely take that. 71,000. Nice to see that go. Gemstone Dagger. All right, 104,000 gold. That actually came from a rare out there in Arathi Highlands when we were doing the Northern Eastern Kingdom zones. So really nice to see that one go. And then Red Ridge Machete, 84,000 gold. That of course came from Red Ridge. So when we were doing that farm, and it's actually really easy to solo hyperspawn these mobs, which is really nice. So yeah, really nice selling that as well. Really love doing that farm as well, hitting those different zones and hitting those different mobs in the Northern and Southern Eastern Kingdom zones for those return items. And that definitely really helped us out here. Now granted, if we wouldn't have done those farms, we will still have maybe the Star Belt pattern, but majority of our gold was actually made up with those items from doing those. So really nice here. 292,148 gold, more than, you know, all of the other ones combined for this week, which is really going to help save this week and actually does put us above what we made last week, which is awesome. That's how it goes sometimes. So, but anyway, 292,000. I really hope, you know, really thankful for that. But anyway, let's still go. We got one more bank haul to check out before we pull the sheet back up and review everything. All right, guys, so now it's on to our very last bank haul before we pull the sheet back up and review everything. And this is our materials bank haul for Thrall. Should be something similar to Proudmoore, though, unless they do actually have more pets than Proudmoore, so may actually see some sales there. But anyway, we got 17 cells, pretty much the same thing, a little higher actually. 1434 here. Let's see, heavy leather, just old herbs and things. Yeah, just things from the, you know, chests and things that we got from Old Scarlet Monastery. They just maybe sold a little bit higher. We just got a little bit more from the chest when we did it with our Horde Druid. So or better items maybe, with like this Khadgar's Whisker, 25 of them for 237. But yeah, nothing too exciting here, but it does help out. Every little bit does. We'll add that in. It's about 100 gold more than what Proudmoore made us with their materials. All right, which altogether is way more than a 0 that we got last week. But anyway, here is our sheet. All right, guys. So, man, it was looking pretty gloomy there up until we actually did make it to the high value transmog bank tune for Thrall, coming in at almost 300,000, bringing us to a total of 338,134 gold made with transmog alone this week, and majority of that was right there. We did actually make a lot more than our 0 last week with materials at 2,740 gold compared to the 0, bringing us to a grand total this week at 340,874 gold, now making us 13,346,816 gold in 44 weeks. So not bad at all. We're over the 200,000. Would like to see another week around the 600,000, maybe even one actually breaking a million. Hopefully that will happen. Again, we don't have, you know, we only have what, 3 more weeks of cleanouts until we're actually finished with all of our farms, but I'm gonna keep these going for like a whole nother month after and just see how our sales go without adding any loot. During that time, I will actually be working on getting, you know, ready for the part 2 series. I will also possibly be knocking out some more 1,000 runs farms, at least try to get 1 done, maybe 2. Because when we start part 2, we're really not going to have time to really do any of the 1,000 runs. That's going to have to be put on hold for a little bit. So would really like to knock out 2 of those if I can in that time. And also just working on other stuff, maybe like unlocking old Skullomance, maybe Nax, and doing other little things like that. But anyway, guys, now as far as our transmog, we've now made 12,357,000 gold. Now, as far as our materials, we have now made 989,000 gold. Still have not broken a million with materials. Maybe before we finish, it will happen. It may not. I mean, we only have, you know, a few more here to add to our material gold. And after we, you know, even though we'll be posting, you know, without, you know, any materials, or posting that without adding any more loot, we're not going to have any more materials to add. That's the bad thing about materials, is when they run out, you have to farm more. And that's why transmog to me is so great, because it kind of becomes passive gold. And that's why it's kind of nice as the slow seller, because you can build up that stock to last you a long time. You just have to be able to post. So other than having to still post the items, it's kind of passive gold in a way. Whereas materials, you have to go right back out and farm them again. You don't have to do that with transmog, with it being a slow seller. But anyway, guys, as far as our realms go, Proudmoore made us 24,000 this week. Thrall made us 316,000, which Proudmoore is down from the 93,000 they made us last week. Thrall is up above the 118,000 they made us last week. And something new here, Thrall is actually ahead now by almost 100,000 here at 6.7 million versus 6.6 million. So they took the lead. We'll have to see if next week, if Proudmoore can take it back, or if Thrall can extend that lead a little bit more. Proudmoore has, for the majority of the series, held the lead, although it's not really a competition. We're just working together to get the goal, but it is kind of nice to see how the realms perform. But anyway, guys, that's going to basically conclude this week's clean out. If you liked it, once again, please smash that thumbs up. Lets me know that you like it. Also, do not forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get alerted the next time I come out with the next clean out. I mean, it's always Sunday, but times may be different. Also, so that way you don't miss any of the loot videos, especially, you know, because it's kind of random when the 1000 videos comes out. If you don't want to miss those, you definitely want to be subscribed and notified when that comes out. But anyway, guys, once again, that is going to do it for this one. If you stayed until the end of the video, I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you all in the next video and live sometime on Twitch. Take care, guys.